I'm Michael Diamond. This is Muscle Central. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and leave a comment. Okay, Nick Walker will be making his return to the competition stage after having to pull out of the 2023 Mr. Olympia due to a hamstring injury. A show, by the way, where many people, and I'm not just talking about fans, people in the industry felt that if Nick would have been on stage those two nights, he would have secured the title of Mr. Olympia. And I am certain Nick, sitting in that audience, he felt with no uncertainty in his heart, he knew that he would have left Mr. Olympia. He's making his return to the New York Pro. I don't think anybody thinks other than he'll win the New York Pro. And that's no disrespect to Tony O'Burden, who will be returning to the New York Pro as the defending New York Pro champion. I don't think anybody will be willing to bet that Tonio can beat Nick Walker, at least not at this point in their careers. All of a sudden, we hear that Rubiel, a.k.a. Neckzilla, will be in that show. Now, people are starting to say, well, Rubiel can beat Nick Walker. They point to his pro debut at the Prague Pro the day after he earned his pro card at the Prague Amateur. They point to the fact that he came in third behind Samson Dauda and Michael Krizo, who are both top 10 Olympians. Samson Dauda placing third, and Krizo, I believe, was seventh. And a lot of people argue that Rubiel could have been second ahead of Krizo, which would have put him right behind Samson, and using that as an argument. Well, I would have had no problem if Rubiel would have placed ahead of Krizo. Rubiel and Krizo were very, very close. That doesn't make him close to Samson at that show. That was probably Samson's best showing to date, including this recent Arnold. And Krizo was not close to Samson. The distance between Samson and Krizo was much, much greater than the distance between Krizo and Rubiel. It was close enough. You probably could have swapped positions. So to use that as a measuring stick wouldn't be a very good idea. We were going to see him. We were originally supposed to see him in the Arnold Classic Ohio, which he obviously didn't do. That was, we found out numerous weeks prior. We knew there was visa issues. I don't think there were visa issues with UK. I just don't think he was training where he should be if he's going to step on stage. So we didn't get to see him at neither the Arnold Ohio, and we won't see him at the Arnold UK. Hopefully we'll see him on stage with at the New York Pro battling Nick Walker. There are people that are putting him as a possibility of beating Nick Walker. Yeah, Rubiel is a freak. And you put the two of them next to each other, Rubiel, I'm sure, is going to be bigger. and he got those crazy freaking legs. He's a freak by no means. But first off, he's young. Yeah, Nick Walker's young also, but the time in the game is a little different. Rubiel is young, and that muscle that he has is young muscle. Like I said, as far as Nick goes, yeah, he's young, but he's been doing it for a bit longer than Rubiel. The muscle would naturally have a be more mature, and Nick, on top of that, has a muscle maturity beyond what most people would have at his age. Nick is a freak. So yeah, Rubiel's a freak, but Nick's a freak. Rubiel, we don't know, is a big if factor. We know what we're getting with Nick Walker. Nick Walker brings conditioning. It doesn't just bring good conditioning. It doesn't bring Hottie-like conditioning, but like Hottie, he's consistent, always brings conditioning. The two of them in a show, you could pretty much bet that Hottie will be the best condition and Nick will be the second best condition. And he carries a lot of freaky muscle for his frame. And for people out there who think that if Rubiel does end up stepping on the stage at the New York Pro, for the people out there who think that Rubiel would really challenge him, I don't think it'll be much of a challenge either. I think the distance between, if they step on stage together, I think the distance between Nick and Rubiel will end up being what we had just recently with Hottie and Samson. I don't think there's going to be any question. And for those of you who think he could challenge him or even beat Nick Walker at this stage of both their careers, you don't even know if he can, how well he can diet and bring in conditioning. So what I was about to say, for those of you who think that he could beat him, don't bet the farm on it. You might agree or disagree with what I've said. Either way, let me know in the comments section. This is Michael Diamond. I'd like to thank you for watching Muscle Central.